A tyrant to some, a hero to others, unveiled the legend of Vlad the Impaler, the ruthless prince whose cunning tactics and brutal reign inspired the myth of Dracula. In the year 1431, in the fortress town of Sighiswara, Transylvania, a child was born who would become one of history's most enigmatic rulers, Vlad III of Wallachia, later known as Vlad the Impaler. Son of Vlad II Dracula, whose name derived from his membership in the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order dedicated to defending Christianity against the Ottoman Empire. The name Dracula meant dragon, and Dracula translates to son of the dragon. At around age 13, Vlad and his younger brother Radu were sent as hostages to the Ottoman Empire in 1442. This was a political move by their father to secure peace and loyalty. Within the grandeur of the Ottoman court, Vlad received an education in science, philosophy, and warfare. However, he harbored a deep resentment toward his captors, witnessing their tactics and perhaps enduring mistreatment. This period forged his fierce determination and understanding of Ottoman strategies, knowledge that would later aid him in battle. Upon his return in 1448, Vlad found Wallachia in turmoil. His father had been assassinated, and his older brother Mircea had been killed under uncertain circumstances, likely at the hands of rival boyars or nobles. Determined to reclaim his rightful position, Vlad seized the throne with Ottoman support, but was ousted within months by a rival claimant. Fleeing to Moldavia and later Hungary, he bided his time, learning the art of political intrigue and forming alliances. In 1456, taking advantage of the chaos following the death of Hungarian regent John Hunyadi, Vlad launched a campaign to retake Wallachia. This time, he secured his position as prince. Recognizing that internal dissent was as dangerous as external threats, he moved to consolidate power. Vlad targeted the boyars who had long manipulated Wallachian politics. In a decisive move, he invited them to a feast, where he accused them of treachery. Many were impaled, while others were forced into hard labor to rebuild Puenari Castle, his strategic fortress overlooking the Arge River. Vlad established a strict code of law, enforcing harsh penalties for crimes such as theft, lying, and adultery. His methods were brutal but effective. Legends speak of a golden cup placed in the public square of Targoviste, available for thirsty travelers but never stolen, as citizens feared the consequences. Under his iron rule, Wallachia saw a significant drop in crime, and the safety of traders and villagers improved markedly. Understanding that the Ottoman Empire posed an ever-present threat, Vlad invested in strengthening his military. He reorganized his army, emphasizing mobility and knowledge of the terrain. He recruited from the peasantry, instilling loyalty and discipline. His use of hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and scorched earth policies showcased his military acumen. By destroying crops and poisoning wells, he hindered the Ottoman advance, turning the land itself into a weapon. In 1462, Sultan Mehmed II, conqueror of Constantinople, marched into Wallachia with a formidable force. Outnumbered, Vlad employed guerrilla warfare to harass the Ottoman army. The pinnacle of his tactics was the daring night attack at Targovista on June 17, 1462. Disguised in Ottoman uniforms, Vlad's forces infiltrated the enemy camp under cover of darkness, intending to assassinate the Sultan. Although Mehmed II survived, the attack inflicted heavy casualties and sowed panic among the Ottoman troops. Vlad understood the power of fear. As the Ottomans advanced, they encountered the horrifying Forest of the Impaled, over 23,000 stakes bearing the bodies of captured soldiers and traitors. The grisly spectacle demoralized the Ottoman forces. Mehmed II, reportedly disturbed, is said to have remarked on the difficulty of conquering a land defended by such a man. This act of psychological warfare showcased Vlad's willingness to employ any means necessary to protect his principality. Vlad's assertive policies extended beyond his Ottoman adversaries. He clashed with the Saxon merchants of Transylvania, who supported rival claimants to his throne and disrupted Wallachian trade. In retaliation, Vlad led raids into Transylvania, destroying villages and impaling those he considered enemies. These actions secured his borders but earned him the enmity of neighboring states, contributing to his portrayal as a tyrant in German pamphlets. Seeking support against the Ottomans, Vlad turned to King Matthias Corvinus of Hungary. However, political maneuvering led to his arrest in 1462. Vlad was accused of treason based on forged letters suggesting he colluded with the Ottomans. Imprisoned for approximately 12 years, he spent time in confinement, but was later allowed certain freedoms. During his captivity, his reputation as a cruel despot spread through Europe, fueled by exaggerated tales of his deeds. Released in 1475 to aid in the fight against the Ottomans, Vlad regained the Wallachian throne with support from Stephen III of Moldavia and the Hungarian crown. His third reign was brief, but marked by a continued commitment to strong leadership and defense. In 1476, Vlad met his end in battle against Ottoman-backed forces. The exact circumstances remain unclear. Some accounts claim he was killed by Ottoman soldiers, others suggest betrayal by Wallachian boyars. His body was reportedly buried at Snagov Monastery, though no grave has been definitively identified. Vlad's legacy is a complex tapestry. To his people, he was a strong leader who brought order and defended Wallachia from powerful enemies. His harsh punishments were seen as necessary measures in a brutal era. To others, particularly in Western Europe, he was the embodiment of cruelty. German and Russian pamphlets from the time portrayed him as a bloodthirsty tyrant, stories that would endure and evolve over the centuries. Centuries later, the tales of Vlad's reign caught the attention of Irish author Bram Stoker. In his 1897 novel, Dracula, Stoker borrowed the name and bits of historical context to create his iconic vampire count. While the fictional Dracula differs greatly from Vlad III, the association cemented the Wallachian prince's place in popular culture as a figure shrouded in darkness and mystery. Vlad the Impaler, a fearless leader, a cunning tactician, and a figure of enduring fascination. His story blurs the lines between heroism and tyranny. What do you think of his legacy? Was he a necessary defender of his people or a ruler who went too far? Share your thoughts below and join us at Clarus Mentis for more captivating journeys into history.